I thought I'd do a little video since I learned something pretty cool and I wanted to share it. So I've been writing in these stickings using the text tool. And as you might know, it's not that exact. And it's almost impossible to get every single note unless you, like I would make one long texting window right here and try to line everything up as best I can, but you're very limited unless you manually do a text for each letter and then manually adjust that, but that would take an eternity to do that. So I try to do it within one window, and you're kind of limited on the spacing, like how it lines up with the notes above. So I know you can do this through a Metatool and through one of the expressions or the articulations, but I could not figure it out till I learned how to do it recently, and I want to show you how to do it. So you can change the font, you can change the size, you can change the positioning, the default positioning, and I'm going to show you how I did that. So right now, like I said, this is all done in the text tool. I'm going to erase that. So I'm going to go to the expression tool here. I'm going to double click on the first note. So you can basically use any of these because it's not going to matter, but you want to make sure that you're going to duplicate one of them. So I'm just going to click on this one. I'm going to duplicate that because I want this maybe still there. So I duplicated it. Now I can do what I want with this. I'm going to edit it. Go to edit. So from here, uncheck this. So that brings up all the fonts that you want. I'm going to go to Broadway, copy as text. You can see that it just changed. I'm going to go change that to 12. You can see that changed again. Now I'm going to change the positioning and I'm going to come back and see if this stays the same, because sometimes this actually changes back to the default. So I'm going to go to positioning, uncheck this. I'm going to go here, and this is the measurement that I used for now, minus 0.03. Then go over here, click bottom note, click here. I'm going to do minus 0.25 and click OK. And that looks right so far. So before I do anything else, using this as a Metatool, let's just see how that looks. So press assign. I'm done. Hold on. Double click that, edit. I need to change this to actually what I want, which is a capital R. Check that. Assign. And that looks right. Centered right there. Now what I'm going to do, double click, edit that. Now let's go back. So from here, all you got to do to assign this as a Metatool, and what that means is just pressing any key that you want to, which you should use a key that you don't think you're going to use at all, because A is for accent if you're going to use that as a Metatool. So I'm just going to use R as Q. So I'm going to press Shift and Q, and you can see how that Q appears. So now I'll go press Q, click on a note, and there's my R. Q, click, and there's my R. Okay? So the only thing I'm going to do now is do an L. So the shortcut for doing this is just double click. I'm going to duplicate the R since all the parameters are in that R already. Duplicate, edit this, change that to capital L. Everything else should be the same. Okay. Now I'm going to assign that Metatool. So I'm going to do Shift and W, because Q and W are right next to each other, and it's kind of easy for where my hands are to do that. Assign, and there's the L. So from here, Q, W, Q, W, and I'm getting the sticking that I want. And that is how you do that. Thanks for watching.